You know, your service is such a wonderful thing for the community and just people in general. And I'm sure that you deal with a lot of different issues. You know, people may have been in an accident and get hooked on these drugs like you was talking about, and want, you know, wholeheartedly want to be free from this,
True.
but they don't know how.
That's right.
And all these disorders that we've touched on and talked about, people, you know, don't want these, but a lot of times they cling to them. You know, it's like it becomes their all in all, and that's so sad.
You see a lot of military people who are suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. They relive what they have seen. That can also be from an accident, a fire, anything that was traumatic for that person. And counseling is very helpful to those people. Grief counseling. There's
Right.
just so
Yes.
many, you could go on and on.
A lot of people is experiencing grief in their life, maybe a loss of a husband or a wife or a mother or father or some loved one, family member, that they just cannot get over. And I've seen that, like a mother and her son or daughter. People are holding on to this and relive it every day. You know, it plays back in their mind, and like we said before, one addiction becomes another addiction. Depression comes in and they try to fix it with medication. They get hooked on these prescription pills. It's just like a domino effect.
That's true.
And people need to just stop it before it escalates into something else.
Ask for help.
Right.
Don't wait.
What's some of the signs that people need to seek help? You know, like if a family member is looking at some of their family or friends, what's some of the signs people need to watch out for?
Oh gosh, there are so many, but for depression, if someone is threatening to hurt themselves or someone else, don't ignore it. The thinking used to be if someone threatens it, they're not going to do it, but that's not necessarily true.
Exactly.
You want to ensure that person's safety. If someone is not sleeping, someone has sudden weight gain, sudden weight loss,
Right.
they no energy, just lifeless. All of a sudden they're not socializing, they want to be alone.
That's a bad disorder. It surely is. And you know, so many things we could touch on and talk about today. You see it as well as I do. People out here just in London and Corbin and the surrounding area, they just let themselves go. That's another bad thing. That's another sign, is when you know that something's going on, when they just let their appearance go, they just let their feelings go.
It is.
Oh, it's so traumatic. And a lot of these disorders, a lot of people don't realize they can become very dangerous.
To the individual and others as well.
Right. And that's one thing about it, that you need to keep a watch for the signs. If you see a loved one that's suffering from traumatic depression, let's get them some help instead of just letting it go on and say, oh, they'll work it out, and, you know, don't worry about it, things of that nature, because they could end up hurting themselves or somebody else around them.
See a lot of teenagers that don't know how to deal with pain. Maybe they were rejected by a boyfriend or a best friend. They cut themselves.
You took the words out of my mouth. I've seen that a lot, you know, hurting themselves and things of that nature.
I see people with scars down their arms.
I'd say that you get to talk with a lot of people going through a lot of different things, you know, and it all spawns from like either depression or anxiety disorders and things of that nature. But what are some of the things that you tell these people? I mean, encouragement things.
I encourage them to seek help.
Right.
To seek counseling.
And just don't let it go.
To change some of those thoughts that are causing that, and to make changes in their life.
Exactly.
Get involved.
You know, people don't stop and realize this. You've got the power to change things in your life by your decisions. For every decision that you make, there's going to be a consequence.
That's right.
I mean, if you make a wrong decision to go out and do something bad, you're going to reap what you sow, in other words. You're going to get what you give. If you're good to people, if you're pleasant, if you show people love and kindness, that's what you're going to get.
People remember that.
Yes, oh yes they do. And